The browser's user agent styles have predefined styles for all standard interactions, and that includes selection highlighting. Use your cursor to highlight any text, and it's typically displayed with a blue background, and sometimes the text color will change as well. For some designs, it may be preferable to change this selection highlight color or appearance to either make it more visible or to conform to the overall design language of the page or site, or just because it looks cool. For all of these scenarios, we have the selection pseudo element. Let me show you how that works. I can apply this globally to the entire page or just to a specific element. So in this case, I'll apply it only to this paragraph that I have here. So I'll say demo area, that's the whole blue area. And then I'll say for paragraphs selection, that would be the pseudo element. And then inside here, I can now define, for example, a different background color. So I'll say background color, and I'll set it to, let's see, some HSL value. So let's see, 51, that's a yellow, and then 96%. And 51%. So that'll give us kind of a deeper, more vibrant yellow color. And save this. So now when I select text up here, it's still the same blue. But if I select text down here, it's now yellow. And I could go further here. I could apply additional styling if I want to, outlines and font highlighting and whatever I want. This is styling just like any other styling, except we're hooking into some specific browser behavior. One important note here. Because selection is a pseudo element, it must be either applied globally or by just declaring a : selection rule on the entire document, or on individual elements or containers. If you apply it to a container element, it will not work though. So if I said something like demo area and then selection, so like this, then it won't work because we're not actually targeting that element. So you have to go all the way down and target the specific elements you're going to be highlighting, like in this case, a paragraph. If you want it to be global, you just declare : selection with nothing else, and now you'll see it'll be yellow up here as well. So make sure you're targeting the right element. Oh, and in case you're wondering, if you ever want to automatically highlight some content in your text, you can do so by manipulating your HTML. So if you go into your text here and just find some stuff you want to highlight, let's see, like here inside my paragraph, I'll just set up a mark element and wrap whatever text I want to automatically highlight in that mark element, like this. And when I save it, you'll see that it automatically picks up the selection color that I chose, and this item will then be automatically highlighted. This is what you see when you go to a site like Wikipedia and you're making a search for a specific term. It'll show up like this on your search results because the mark has been injected using JavaScript. So if you ever find you need to highlight something and you want to use the selection process, you can use the mark element to do so in your document or inject the mark element using JavaScript. And on a final note, remember that text selection highlighting is a built-in accessibility feature. If and when you change it, make sure you preserve or enhance the accessibility of the highlighting. Highlighted text must be clearly visible and distinct and must have enough contrast between background and text and the font itself to be viable. If you do something like go in and make the highlight background the same as the background itself, you're working against the principles of the web and you're creating an inaccessible experience. So make sure that anytime you change the selection, make it look even more high contrast so it's easier to spot.